Hey everybody, we'll be getting started in just about 4 minutes. Let me put my headset better way here. Hey everybody, we'll be getting started in about 4 minutes. And if you could let me share my screen before we get going here. All right, and let me do this. You always have to get situated, or as my dad used to say, situated. Before we get started. Can someone put in the chat or the Q&A that you can hear me and see my screen, the slides? I really, really appreciate it. Let me call somebody's name. Amy or Audrey or Danny, can you put in that you can hear me and see my slides? Or anybody else that's listening? Oh, wait, here we have. Yes, thank you, Audrey. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate you guys. So where are you at? But more importantly, what are you drinking? Are you having iced tea like me? Thanks, Audrey. Are you having something warm? I am in Florida, and yes, it is February, and I saw some tourists in the pool the other day. Hey, Ethel, so great to see you. Amy, you're in Florida too, and drinking water. Hey, Michelle. So good to see everybody. Hi, Jesse. Can't see your screen yet. Download Zoom again. It's a Zoom issue usually. Washington State, and it's 36. Okay. Want to switch places, Audrey? I'd be more than happy to. I like the cool weather. I miss it. I didn't get a chance to wear jeans, and yeah, you will switch. Okay. Yeah, I love the seasons too. I grew up in New Jersey. And I do miss the ocean. We have the Gulf of Mexico, which is very, very pretty. Winston-Salem, hi, Mark. Yeah, I bet it's warm there. Number 2 cup of coffee for Ethel. Good for you. That's the way to go. Caffeinate up. We have about 2 more minutes before we get started. Summit, New Jersey. Jesse, I know exactly where that is. Texas for Jody. I have been to Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth, and San Antonio, if you're near any of those, Jody. Wisconsin, yeah, usually in Wisconsin, Amy, and now you're in Florida. Yeah, I bet you don't miss it right now. Oh, New Jersey, but grew up in Texas. Okay, so I grew up in New Jersey and doing Florida for the last 36 years. I live here year round. It'd be nice to just live here part of the year, like some people do. We're going to get started in about a minute. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. What are you drinking? Where are you from? I have iced tea in nice and warm Florida. Zoom has a chat and it also has Q&A. Sangria in Florida. Okay, Jackie, you must be on vacation because, well, it's afternoon. What the heck, you know? Cup of hot green tea. My mom is into green tea, Mark, except she does decaf, which why even drink it if you're going to do decaf, right? Tanya, I see you raised your hand. Hold on. I usually unmute people at the end when we ask questions, so just type in Susie. Yeah, it's working. Can you? It is totally working, Susie. I can see your chat. Yay, I know. All right, it's that time. Let's get started. And we will have Q&A at the end, so start writing down your questions. So I'm Sue from Successful Blogging. I'm so happy to be here with you today. And I want you to know that this isn't the typical webinar. So this is going to be a training, just like I do for my paying clients. We're going to cover exactly what you need to know to start making money with your blog or to make more money with your blog. So this isn't going to be one of those fall asleep, a ton of, boring slides about me and things like that. And I'm going to base my content. I have places where I can change it according to your needs. and your feedback. So I'm going to be asking questions. My late father used to say, pay attention. I'm going to ask you questions later. And I really appreciate when you put the answers in the chat or in the Q&A box. If you could just put down the phone and Facebook and all that good stuff and take notes, whether on your computer or longhand, old school like I do, I would really appreciate it because I'm going to cover quite a bit. I'm going to go step by step through the profitable blogging system. So if you look on the bottom, on the far left, you see problem positioning. So I'm going to cover how you can have a problem-solving platform with your blog, so you know exactly what your readers want to eventually buy from you. And then the middle row is people outreach. And I'm going to show you how to reach out to people so your readers get to know you, like you, trust you, and are ready to buy. And then last but not least, I'm going to cover how to have a pocket launch, which is my words for a tiny launch. And I'm going to go over that. And so you can get some money in your pocket. And none of this is theory. It's proven. I do this myself with my blog, and I teach all my coaching clients. So I think you're in for a treat. So you're in the right place if you are any type of blogger, okay? Whether you're a coach or a consultant, marketer, call yourself a blogger like most of us do, right? Because this is a core three-step strategy that virtually every blogger uses to make money for your blog. But the bottom line is, and my first question's coming in a second, have you ever asked yourself, why does blogging and making money have to be so hard? Then this training's for you. If you've ever found yourself confused, like this poor woman, frustrated, maybe even fed up with some of the experts that you read about or see, and the flood of information that you're seeing, you might need to recheck in with Zoom if you're having trouble hearing Nancy. I'm assuming everybody else can hear me fine. So if you're, most importantly, if you're not making at least $1,000 a month with your blog each and every month, then this training's really for you. So just to make sure I'm on the right page, I'd love to ask you guys a question. So for you, what's the hardest thing about blogging and making money? Where do you get hung up? What's the issue? Just type it in, Q&A or chat. I'd love to see it. Just really quick, what's so hard? Yeah, definitely, Jackie, getting your name out there, overwhelmed from getting started, totally understand that. I remember that. Not nailing down the right system, consistency, getting subscribers, that's a good one. Audrey, seems like everyone wants stuff for free, Sharon. It does seem that way if you're doing it in a certain way. Dana has a good one, passion versus, hey, can I really sell something? Mark, creating unique content. Mark, there is probably no unique content out there, so don't be too hung up on that. Susie, your opt-in lead magnet, we're going to talk about that. John, right, you know, getting things done when everything seems important. And Ethel, one of my website clients, it is hard when you're first getting started. You know, what exactly am I supposed to do? Yeah, content in general is hard to come up with. I'm going to cover a little bit of that, even though I didn't do a slide for it. And creating content that caters to the subscriber. Michelle, you hit the nail on the head. It's not about you, it's about them. And I'm going to cover that quite a bit. Really, really good answers, guys. So most of you know me, Successful Blogging and the founder of the Profitable Blogging Simplified Method. I've been blogging for over 7 years now, which is like dog years on the internet. And it is, you know, the first 5 months of blogging were not easy for me. I was really struggling. I started a blog because I had to take early retirement due to my health. And I had retirement income, but I needed to make a couple thousand a month more to supplement my retirement income. And if I made more than that, okay, Tanya can't hear. It looks like other people can. Can you put in that you can hear me? So I just know, Tanya, it might just be you. Yeah, everybody else can hear Tanya. I think it's you. Sorry, it's a Zoom thing. Thank you, Mark. So as I was saying, I watched webinars. I went to a lot of trainings, where people said, you're going to really learn stuff when you didn't learn much of anything. I was really overwhelmed and I was kind of scared. I created a lot of content, but I was confused. I was taking courses on, WordPress and marketing and SEO, how to make better content, social media, you name it. But then I figured out how to kind of cut through all the junk. And I discovered those 3 simple steps to making money with your blog. So this training will definitely help you because you will get really good results when you implement it. And you can implement it on your own. Once I put those strategies in place, I went from $0 to 5.3 thousand, like 5,300, 5,400 in a month. And it wasn't complicated funnels or even a lot of blog content. It was just knowing this system. So this is how I'm going to work today. I'm going to deliver as much content as I can in 45 minutes. So I'm going to move fast, but you'll have the recording and the slides. At the end of the training, I'm going to share really quickly, like for 4 minutes, how you could get more help from me if you want it. But I want you to be interactive like you already have been. You guys have been great. I'm going to ask questions and give me the feedback so I can help you. And stick around for the 45 minutes, just the training part. Q&A will be afterwards, and I will coach you and help you. But you don't need to stick through that. But if you have time, I recommend it. Hearing other people's questions really helps. And I will give you a free copy of my book, How to Turn Casual Blog Readers into Hungry Buyers, as a thank you for staying. So back to the confusion. You're going to learn the 3-part model you can use to create your own product, course, or workshop, or sell affiliate products or courses without any overwhelm and start making money or make more money. And why do you need a model? Because without a model, you feel like her. It's so confusing. You bounce around. Isn't this true? You bounce around from strategy to strategy and expert to expert. Like, I need this plugin. I need to buy this course on marketing, and then you get this course. This happened to me, like for $2,000. And it only teaches you to do one thing, like Facebook ads. So it doesn't tie it all together into your blogging business. So I want you to have a big picture model. I don't want you to be buying a lot of individual stuff. And yeah, exactly. Yeah, so true. You don't want to be buying the individual stuff. Distractions, the shiny object syndrome. I had that for the longest time, believe me. So with this system, it's really simple. And that's what I love about it, because I can teach people how easy it is, and the money will definitely come once you implement it. And I don't want you working too hard. My famous story is my son came home from college in that first 5 months when I was making nothing with my blog, and said, "Mom, you could be working at Starbucks and making more money, working part-time and making more money than you are right now." And I was like, yeah, you are too right. It was very, very true. So here's the model. We're going to go over it in more detail. I just touched on it the first time. So this is very, very clear. It works for everybody. It's the Profitable Blogging System. It's kind of a 3x3 grid, right? so you can cut through all the junk and not be frustrated. I'm going to walk you through each one of these 9 steps briefly, and you need to do these in the right order. That's the problem sometimes too, is that you jump to launching something without having a lead magnet, or you don't know your niche before you start reaching out to other bloggers or getting traffic. It goes in order. It can go pretty quickly. You can do this in a probably 6 weeks, if not less, but you really need to do it the right way. You don't necessarily write a book first, or you don't necessarily, create your offer immediately, because that's on the 3rd level. That's on that launching level. So you have to have the foundation, and that's what's in red. You have to have that foundation to build your blog around, and to build your system that's going to work for you, like clockwork, bringing in money. So you can convert strangers into subscribers and into prospects, and then customers or clients. That's so, so important. So let's dig into the first strategy, the problem positioning platform, that first foundational level. This is the basics of your blog. So in order to have a successful blogging business, you need to solve a problem for your readers. That's number one. Or some people blog about an expensive hobby, like RVs or golf or skiing. That's possible too. You're not really solving a problem per se, it's just an expensive hobby. But most bloggers, probably 95% of them, need to find a problem they're solving for their readers. Only when you find out what that problem or problems are, then you have a strong foundation for your blog. Do they need to learn how to lose weight? Do they want to know what to wear at work? One of my clients says that. Do they need to know how to make money with their blog? Once you know the problems, I'm going to show you how to figure that out. You're on the right path. So let me do a little bit of coaching for you guys. So I want you to put in, what do your readers really want? What do your readers have problems with? So let's get the chat hopping with that. What is the problem you solve for your readers? You guys are typing like a fury. I can hear it. Getting started in freelancing. Okay, I like that. Self-esteem. Susie, what will self-esteem get them? What's the transformation? What's the outcome? Yeah, you have good self-esteem, but does it make you more money? Does it make you happier? What's the outcome? Audrey, leaving the 9 to 5. I love that. That's a great one. That's real specific. Danny, technical issues. Technical issues for who? Is it for bloggers? Is it for engineers? Tell me a little bit about that. Beverly, how to grow their business. That's terrific. And that can be a slightly more specific. All right. But it's good. It's good. Mark, pet issues. Okay, so dogs, cats, certain types of pets. Let's get a little more specific on that. John, right, how to make money with content marketing and creating a consistent habit mindset for writing. Perfect. Sharon, moms with diabetic kids. There probably is there at least 1 million moms with diabetic children? I need you to find that out first, because if that's too small of a niche, which I don't think it is, but I want you to be absolutely sure that there's at least 1 million people in that niche to make it worthwhile, okay? Amy, trying to afford the things that solve their problems, like living gluten or dairy-free, more affordable homekeeping, happier life for less. Okay, you're a little bit all over the place. Which is your favorite one? What are you most passionate about? And what do you think you could potentially sell? Let's think about that. Janet, how not to get Alzheimer's or dementia. Good one. But Janet, sometimes people, um, you know, the fear will, it's like a vitamin thing. People don't take vitamins, like how to prevent, but they are afraid of what might happen. So the have not to get, we need to make that stronger language, but good one. Ethel, build a blog for their small business. Wonderful. That really, really works. And you've got your ideal reader there. Desiree, communicating with a co-parent and specifically their new spouse, so the co-parent spouse. That's good. And there is more than 1 million, unfortunately, divorced parents out there. So I really like that one. Very specific. Nice job. Michelle, how and what to do to make yourself a priority in life and not neglect yourself. And what will that get you, Michelle? So tell me what the bottom line is if you make yourself a priority. Good one though. Susie, preventative health and confidence. And what will prevention and confidence get to you in the long run? You're on the right track, okay? You're on the right track. Mark, dogs and cats specifically. Perfect. So kind of like the household pet type of thing. Good. Very good, Sharon. The million people niche, Danny, yes, is a base to start with any subject. There's a couple big rules in blogging. The first one is 1 million people so that you have enough people to read it and to eventually sell your products, services, courses. The other rule is, and of course it went right out of my head, the 1 million people and solving a problem, obviously, is the other big rule, or an expensive hobby. So definitely true. Mark, you might be too broad. I don't think cats and dogs, household pets, is too broad. I've worked with 2 clients that have done similar things and it works. You're okay. All right. Michelle, women, career switch for women at mid-level of their career. Oh, I remembered what the other thing is. I'll get right back to you, Michelle. Well, that was Dana. I'm so sorry. The other rule is people over 50 stereotypically generally do not read blogs. So we're the unusual ones. If you're over 50 and on this call, we're the exception, not the rule. So targeting people over 50 doesn't usually work that well. Even though there's a lot of people, not as many read blogs. So keep that in mind. Kind of a generality, but seems to unfortunately be true. Dana, back to you. Career switch for women at mid-level in their career. Perfect. Is this managerial women, executive women? I'm assuming, people that are getting into management, etc. Yeah, Mark, adoption advice, help. Totally. Puppies, how to get them to go potty at the right time and all that. Susie, okay. Gut health. I have people that come to me and want to focus on something like that. The mind-body connection is a better thing to focus on, because if you start saying to people that, and it's true, your gut is, so important for immunity and all that, they don't get it, and you have to go with that final transformation. All right. Cruelty-free, low-tox living. Yeah, that will definitely work, Amy. Probably, I can see that. Michelle, to be happier and healthier. Okay, that's kind of general. Specifically, be more specific. So Pamela, adaptive living aids for seniors and the handicapped. Well, the handicapped are going to be younger than 50. And you're appealing to people that probably buy for their parents, so you're getting younger people. So I think it would be okay, but you need to do some research. We're going to go into that in a minute. And Mike, make food and beverage establishments more profitable. That's perfect, because they need that, right? And want that. So excellent. Then you also, it's also what I saw that, Susie, great. You also want to know, what will they pay for? That's really important too. So let's figure out how to figure this out. So the first thing you need to do is what I call spying on your potential readers. You have to be James Bond. You're not actually going to go spy on them and, have the police after you. But one of the 3 to 4 ways you can do this is with Amazon book reviews. So with Amazon book reviews, you can find the best sellers in your niche. So since you have more than 1 million people in your niche, people are writing books about it. So you want to look at, this is the research that one of my clients, Beth, did. She wanted a blog about real food and how it's so much better for you. So she found this book, Real Food, What to Eat and Why. And then we looked at the 2 and 3 star reviews. They'll tell you more than the 5-star reviews where everybody just says, oh, I loved it, or the 1-star reviews where you get the haters. The 2 and 3 star reviews kind of tell you what they're missing. So this 3-star review is really perfect. It says, I had some issues with this book. First, she commits my greatest pet peeve when it comes to diet books, extolling foods that are too expensive and hard to find. Isn't that the truth? You'll find some recipe and you have to buy an ingredient and you never use that ingredient again, especially if the family doesn't like the recipe, right? So this was super helpful when you create your lead magnet or your course or coaching. You know that common foods that you can find in every grocery store is important to your readers. In fact, my client Beth found she's a nutritionist and she blogs. She took that info that she researched and talks about more common foods when she's talking about eating real foods. So you can see how finding these Amazon book reviews rather, can be really key to figuring out what problems your readers have and eventually knowing what to sell to them. It will help you. So once you know the main problem, the other ways you can also do this research is you can find the top blogs in your niche. If you're not, or niche, everybody says it one of both ways, right? So I'm going to say niche through most of this. Might screw up and say niche, doesn't matter. So blog comments from top blogs. So if you put into Google search, top blogs +, and then words from your niche. So I did this recently with a client who does meditation courses. So top blogs plus meditation, top blogs plus stress relief, top blogs plus yoga. And look at the blog comments of those top blogs and see what people are saying are their big problems. Facebook groups are a great way to see this too. So search Facebook. You can click on groups and search Facebook for the same thing, weight loss, losing the last 10 pounds, non-dieting weight loss, whatever your field of expertise is, you can find a Facebook group about it. It's because when you know the problem by spying on your potential readers, you know exactly what they want to hear in blog posts. You know exactly what they want when you start creating a product or a program based on that solution. And more importantly, then you know that they want it, you'll know they'll pay for it. So my biggest mistake is I created a course in that first 5 months that nobody wanted because I hadn't done my research. So once I did this research and figured it out, then my course sold. So starting with that foundation of problem positioning, knowing what problems your audience has, spy on them, Amazon book reviews, top blogs and the comments, Facebook groups, and creating your blog around solving those problems. And if you have a blog and you haven't really been problem oriented, It's okay. You can pivot. You don't have to change everything or change your branding. A lot of times you can just change your tagline if you even have one and just start blogging about solving those problems. Because that'll give you a really strong base for a blogging business, not just for a blog. And, that's where I see a lot of bloggers go wrong. They think they know best. I know what my readers want, and I'm going to create a course about da da da. But until you ask them or spy on them or figure it out, surveying your list, there's a bunch of ways, doing webinars and asking questions. You really need to know exactly what the problems are. So you can see that the foundation starts with that James Bond spying, and then you discover the problem or problems you solve from doing all that research. And then you create or reposition your expert authority blog. And don't let the word expert get you nervous. You are more of an expert than your readers, even if you're just starting out, because if you've read books, if you've read a lot of blogs, if you have made yourself knowledgeable, your expertise will grow over time. I know a heck of a lot more 7 and some years later than I did when I first started blogging, but that didn't make it, horrible in the beginning. It's just you get better and better at that expertise. So, spying on your readers really helped Beth that I was talking about before. So she built that foundation. She was a client of mine. And the Dr. Oz show asked her to be on because she concentrated on solving one problem for her readers, that eating healthy is too hard when you're a busy woman. So that was the problem she solved. And she solved it by talking about making living healthy effortless. That was her problem solving tagline, making living healthy effortless. And she kept repeating that everywhere she was, social media, on her blog. And the Dr. Oz producers took notice of her and had her on twice now. So it's your turn. What problem can you solve for your audience? If this has changed your mind about what you can solve, put it in the Q&A or put it in the chat and let me take a look. So if it's changed kind of what you've thought about. Tanya, I didn't see yours. What is your niche? Michelle, empowering women to live their best life. What age woman? What you're on the right track, but give me a little more detail, okay? Yeah, we did that. We did that. Okay, great. Relationships. Okay, so that's general. What problem are you going to be solving? Is it for married couples? Is it for tell me a little bit more about that. Jock, how to use humor in corporate communications. That's interesting. You have to be careful with that, right? Women in their 20s or older, Michelle. Okay, great. Susie, helping middle-aged women break free from toxic doo-doo relationships, food, etc. I like that because it's breaking free is kind of your niche, and you can do that with a couple of different things that they need to break free from. So even though I usually don't like a couple of, not concentrating on just one problem, I think those problems go together well. So good job. Single women being desperate, so they're screwing up their dating relationships. Is that what you're saying, Tanya? Mark, affordable pet ownership. Yeah, it can be so expensive. Okay, that's a good idea. It's showing people how it's less expensive. You don't need a dog trainer. Maybe you could sell them a course on, do everything for their puppy. Jody, Louisiana travel blog. So what could you sell down the road? That's the hard thing with travel blogs. What could you sell down the road? Tanya, yeah, like that. Great. Beverly, empowering coaches, consultants, and service providers with the tools and techniques they need to successfully grow their businesses. Great. You called out exactly who they are. You've done obviously the work. Nice job. I like that. All right. You guys are on the right track. Yeah. No more. I totally hear you, Tanya. All right. Nice work. Let's go to the second level. So once you have this foundation, then you need to look at people outreach. So now that you've figured out what you're going to talk about, we need to start attracting readers, getting subscribers, and talking to other bloggers. And let me tell you a little bit about that, okay? So this, is really starting to build like a sales funnel, and that word scares people. So just think of it as outreach and getting your message and your mission out there, okay? So the first thing in creating a sales funnel is you need that free opt-in gift. So I call it a lead magnet, and it will attract your readers just like a magnet, right? And turn them into subscribers. You want it to be small and easy to consume. So if it's a video, like under 3 minutes, definitely under 5 minutes. A cheat sheet, a roadmap, like a 1 page or 2 pages, that's perfect. And if it gives them an actionable tip, something they could take action on, or a quick win, even better. Okay, so let me show you some examples. This is John Morrow, one of my great mentors, a cheat sheet for writing blog posts that go viral. And he gives you this freebie headline hacks, which is wonderful, at smartblogger.com. This is one of my clients, Gerald, and he has the roadmap to achieving your fitness goals on the bike, so cycling goals. It's very clear if you're a cycler, a biker, you would definitely be interested. And this is Charlene, and she teaches millennials who want to climb the career ladder and land their dream job. She has a free 7-day challenge for her lead magnet, and that works really, really well for her. So you can do a challenge. You can do, I would say, keep it under 5 days or less. 7 days is really long to keep everybody excited and interested. So yeah, Eli did a great job with his lead magnet and made a good amount of money during the program. So the lead magnet leads to free traffic, is what I teach my clients. There's Facebook ads and all the paid traffic, but free is the best way to start, because you want to make sure you have your lead magnet correct, and that you can guest blog, you can comment on other blogs, you can have a giveaway. Somebody like Mark with the pets, you could do like a giveaway. You can give away Amazon books, Amazon dog or cat goodies, toys, things like that do really well. My last giveaway, I got 700 and some new subscribers on my list, and they were good subscribers. And blogger outreach means that you get in touch with bloggers that are in your niche or in complementary niches. So for me, being a blogging coach, a branding coach, a marketing coach, a writing coach, people like that are very helpful to my clients and my readers, because these are other things that I don't necessarily teach. I know about, but that's not my forte. So and getting in touch with other bloggers, emailing them, and asking them to share a really great blog post of yours. Because if you asked me to share a blog post of yours, if you were in my niche or complementary niche, I have 21,000 Twitter followers and 22,000 Pinterest followers. You're going to get a lot more people looking at your post if you ask bloggers that have a lot of traffic and followers to help you out when you have a really good post. And don't be afraid. Bloggers are really a friendly, non-competitive bunch, and they're really, really great about helping you. I was really surprised because I didn't do much blogger outreach my first year of blogging, and I was shocked how friendly everybody is, even the really big guys. So let's talk about this pocket launch now, because I've asked some of you, what are you going to sell? It's something that you have to have in the back of your mind, even when you're creating your blog. So a pocket launch is a tiny launch, and it is a launch where you see these other bloggers. I have to start this way, right? Because it drives me nuts. They brag about their launches. I made 40 grand, in 3 days, or I have 200 people, and they always start it with, I don't want to brag, but it drives you a little crazy, doesn't it? But the thing that you need to realize when you see things like that is you don't have to sell to everyone on your list to find out if your product or course or coaching will work. You only have to sell 5 to 10 people something for $100. If you sell 10 of them, you're going to make $1,000, right? And that you could make more modules for that course and raise the price at your coaching. You could make packages. If this $100 was just your first hour of coaching for that particular client, then you can offer a package. You can raise the price by making the offer more robust. But it's really good the first time to give it a really great price and sell, those 5 to 10 people and, make money so that it really, really, really works. And that's the simplest way to sell. And it gives you a lot of confidence and makes you feel really, really good. A pocket launch is a great way to start any new offer that you have, even if you've been making money for a long time. In my program, Profitable Blogging Simplified, you create this whole sales funnel, the lead magnet, a sales letter, sales emails, autoresponder emails, everything that's going to get you to the pocket launch to making money. It's my first pocket launch was a 4-week course, and I sold it to 10 people, and I had a list of that first year 328. So very, very small list. And I just offered it to the most loyal readers of that list, the ones that were opening all my emails and were commenting on my blog posts. And then I increased that price from $97 for that 4-week course. And a couple months down the road, I sold $4,400 of that same course, and I have not looked back, because these 3 strategies really get you results, and you will be able to make money and not be in this soup of webinars and free ebooks and courses on just one subject. You'll know the whole 9 yards of what to do with your blogging business, which makes a huge difference. So the solution I came up with, and I'm going to just talk about this for 4 minutes, and then we're going to Q&A, I promise, is Profitable Blogging Simplified. It's a 4-month small group coaching program. I don't let in more than 15 people, 15. You have a coaching call every week. You get a video training each week also, and then that comes like at the weekend, and then or Monday, and then Thursday is our coaching call. I do a little coaching, and then you can ask any questions that you have. Today we went really quick. Each person gets a heck of a lot more time, usually 10 to 15 minutes on the calls. You get priority email access to me. This is not a Facebook group or something that you see other people do. You can email me when you're in the small group coaching program and get answers in between the calls. It's really unusual. to have that. And the best thing is you walk away with actual deliverables. You know, your lead magnet will be done and we know it's going to work. A sales letter, an autoresponder, a series of emails, 7 emails that will show your offer to every new subscriber. You will have an entire sales funnel, and you will have your pocket launch to, you know, to the subscribers, and you're going to have templates for everything, and it makes it so much easier. You get a couple of bonuses. Roundup post training. Roundup posts get you a ton of traffic. Social Mastery video training on all the major social networks. The cool thing is I started doing this last year. I give prizes when you do your assignments. So you have a little bit of short action steps every week that you do. And when you do them, like create your lead magnet, you get a WordPress plugin that normally would cost you $89 that creates your opt-in boxes. And then when you do another part of your homework, you get another, you know, backup WordPress plugin that is normally $80 a year. I have developer licenses that I buy for my clients, so you get all that goodies. And you get a one-on-one call with me to kickstart this small group coaching program. So everything that you get, the core training, the group coaching, templates, cheat sheets, all the bonuses, I like to say that who this is for is that you either currently have a blog and maybe a small list, you know, like 100 people perhaps, or my clients have no blog or no list. So your results might take a little longer because you have to, you know, we have to create the blog and start the list, but you will have that proven system to make money. And if you currently have a blog and a small list, you'll get results during the program. The investment, and I have a deal for you today, but the investment is $997, or if you need a payment plan, you can start at $197 today. I can take 9 more people. I have 6 spots already filled if you're interested, and we'll go to Q&A. The information letter is at www.successfulblogging.com/PBS for Profitable Blogging Simplified. If you have questions, you can either ask me during the Q&A, or if you want to jump on the phone and talk to me one-on-one, drop me an email and I'll be glad to set something up for today or tomorrow, and we'll chat, okay? But you do have time to ask me today. But this is the cool thing. I am giving you till 5 p.m. today $197 off the full pay. So it would be, you put in the code, you get this, when you click on the Buy Now button for full pay, you get this little box that pops up. And right here where it says code, put 197OFF, all in capital letters, and click update. And then you get this screen, and it says your discount of $197 is applied, and you pay $800. So this is for people that have come live to the webinar. Always love you guys. Questions? Let's go. So that's all the info. I'll leave it on, and let me, I can unmute you if you would like to actually talk to me. I love talking to my readers and clients, or if you want to put it into the Q&A or the chat. Dana, I don't understand your question. What are the strategies to grow your list? It kind of trailed off. Sharon, you have a planner for your lead magnet to track carbs, foods, blood glucose 6 times a day to see patterns. Oh, great. That's a really good idea, something they can really use. Michelle, you have a report, 5 self-care strategies for women. I'd like you to put some type of result down, like how to be relaxed and self-confident by, you know, taking care of yourself. I'm not real good right off the cuff, but somewhere where you're giving a result works works best, all right? So if you want to raise your hand, I can unmute you, but I'm going to start in on some of the questions. Yeah, no problem, Michelle. I'd be glad to answer anything else. So Summer wants to know, will this help me become a better affiliate marketer? Yes. So the first offer that you do a pocket launch for can be an affiliate offer, where you make 40, 50, 60% of the final price. So if you solve a problem with that affiliate product or service, you can give a lead magnet to your readers that relates to it, and you walk them through it and show them, as part of the journey, you present that other person's offer. There's no difference in the funnel. That totally makes sense, right? Michael, what's the best way to handle multiple blogs on a single website? I don't recommend it. So how I got successful blogging 3.5 years ago was I bought it from this wonderful Australian woman, Annabelle Candy. And she was going a little crazy because she had 2 blogs, a travel blog that she had just gotten a trip to China for her and her family, and successful blogging, which she wasn't monetizing. So needless to say, I bought successful blogging. I sold my stress management site, and 1 blog is enough work. My opinion, Michael. Stephanie, 16 weeks. So the program's for 16 weeks. If you should be where you want to be at the end, but yes, you can pay for support options afterwards, definitely. Michael, you're a writer and you'd like to blog about different books on different topics. So what are you going to sell, Michael? You need to think about that. Are you going to sell a writing course on how to write? Are you going to sell freelance blogging? Things like that. So Susie, this is the, you can drop me an email and I can talk to you about this. I'm so sorry that you have to be taking care of your dad in Texas. I totally understand. I hope he has a good prognosis. What other questions? Anybody want to raise their hand if somebody needs some coaching on some things? Do you still think, Michelle wants to know, that small reports, short ebooks are in demand? Yes, it depends on what they are. And what I recommend, Michelle, is you write a report and then you actually, what I would want you to do is actually create it into a course so that you definitely have something more expensive than an ebook. Does that make sense? So, and I wrote a book and then I created a course from the book. Each chapter was a module in the course. And that really makes a huge difference in how you can price it, because people think ebooks are kind of like, Amazon, inexpensive and all that type of thing. I hope that makes sense. It's definitely doable and you can charge more for it, which is even better, right? Susie, yeah, your domain is your name. That's totally fine. It's okay for the long term. The only negative with having your own name is you can't sell it like Successful Blogging. She could sell it to me because it could be anybody that is the owner of Successful Blogging. But if it's something that, you don't plan on doing that, then your own name is perfect. And you can pivot really easily when it's your own name. You're not stuck in a topic that, might not work out. Dana, you were asking about the lead magnet. If you have no list, what are the strategies for advertising it? I don't think you advertise the lead magnet per se unless you're running ads. So Facebook ads to a lead magnet works really well. They're less expensive. But for free traffic, what I'd recommend is perhaps asking other bloggers if they would share your lead magnet, which probably won't happen that often. I'm real honest with my clients, so I'm going to tell you the same way. It's not going to happen that often because you don't have a list that they could possibly share their lead magnet with. So you're going to have to guest blog and do things, giveaways and things where you're going to get people interested without having a list. It's definitely doable. I mean, we all start without a list. It's definitely doable. Amy, the easiest way to get your first 100 readers on your list, I have a freebie. It's on a slider in the right side of the blog, or drop me an email and I'll send it to you, how to get your first 1,000 subscribers in 30 days or less. Several of my clients have done the 30 days. It's a lot of work, but it's definitely doable. But if you took 60 days to do it, it's a lot easier. Okay, great. Oh, you're welcome, Michelle. So Michelle, you could create a 3 to 5 day e-course regarding the report and promote the report in the last few lessons. Okay, I'm a little confused with that. So the 3 to 5 day e-course would be your lead magnet. So you could sell something from that. Is that what you're calling the report? Because I got confused between lead magnet and something to sell, but that makes sense. Pamela, I thought I saw your hand up and then I can't find you. Let me see. Okay, you put your question in. You originally had a blog which gave advice and info for seniors and the handicapped, which pointed to a website that sold adaptive aids. The blog was killed by malware. Oh gosh. Should I try to do another blog to point to the selling site? Was it working? Were you getting people on a list and then sending them emails about where they could buy? That would be the best way to do it. But yeah, obviously you could do another blog. I don't know who your host was because that was really weird, the malware thing. I've not heard of that before, so I'm sorry you had to go through that. That really stinks. Anybody else with any other? Oh, Michelle, right. So the report is what you're going to sell. Yes. So the 3 to 5 day e-course is what they sign up for the freebie on your website. And then you create the autoresponders for each day. I would help you do that. Selling and you would do a PS and like the third day of like, hey, keep your eye open tomorrow. And then on the fourth day, it would be more of a sales email along with some without content, more of just selling. And then the fifth day you'd go back to content. So yeah, that would totally work. Any other questions? I have a couple more minutes. I did good. We got done of all the info in the 45 minutes. I'm usually pretty good with that. I got it down to kind of a science, I think. Oh, I'm so glad it's been helpful. Thank you so much. You made my day, Amy, telling me that. I really, really love my readers and I appreciate you guys. And you're so welcome, Mark. It's always a pleasure. Yeah, I like to really give a lot of training and let you, thanks, Jock. Thanks, Michael. Let you learn some stuff. Any other questions? I'll take last call. Raise your hand or type busy. Oh, thanks so much, Susie. You guys, I have the best readers and clients. I am so lucky. Oh, thank you, John. It's so nice for you to be here. Last call. All right, so whoop, we got a couple, sorry. Okay, yeah, totally understand. Send me an email, Ethel. Is each week of the training very focused on a specific task at hand? Yes, Stephanie. So it's not just generalized training, it's going through that 3x3 grid, very specific. If things take a longer time, we might spend 2 weeks on it. That's why it's 4 months and not just 9 weeks, because I really want to make sure that you get a handle and you're making money by the end of the course, ideally. You have your tiny launch, your pocket launch. So yes, there's specifics. You get awarded for doing the homework by getting the paid WordPress plugins and some other gifty type things that I won't say what they are. But the WordPress plugins are great because most of my clients have WordPress blogs. If you have any other questions, Stephanie, don't hesitate to drop me an email or put them in here. Any last call for questions? All right. This has been an absolute pleasure. Sue at successfulblogging.com if you have any questions. And I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.